Hey everyone, this is the Bearded Xeno. Today we're going to have a very special review of an awesome figure that I've been looking forward to. And it is Captain America! Oh, yes. Go ahead and stuff that before I get copyright. But yeah, oh man, this is... yes. This is my first Hot Toys figure ever. Oh man. As you see in the background, let me raise it up. I have two Sideshow figures up there. And I need to space those out a little more. That looks kind of awkward. But I have the Ash from Army of Darkness, and I have the home version of Fox Mulder. I used to have a Freddy and a Jason, but the Sideshow figures, they're 1/6 scale, and they're nothing near as good as this, but they used to be the only ones. So I've always had interest in 12-inch, 1/6 scale figures. But these have always been on my price range, but I'm a huge Captain America fan. I wanted something that I could sit on my mantle and say, that's fucking awesome. And just Marvel Legends don't do it for me. And all the Marvel Legends Captain America stuff doesn't look like Chris Evans. It looks like crap. Honestly, it really does. Unless it's a comic version, it just doesn't look good. So I just shopped around trying to find something good for Captain America to put on my shelf, and I don't have an interest in these figures, so I come across this a couple of months ago, and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. And eventually, this guy went on sale, and I, after I signed up for the, Sideshow, just you register an account, they gave me a $15 coupon, because I waited a month without buying anything. And I was able to use the $15 off coupon on this guy when he was already on sale, so I got a really good deal, $178, which may sound a lot. May sound like a lot for a figure, but for a Hot Toys figure, that is really cheap. Not cheap. I'd say it's a good chunk off. But go ahead and open it up. It's a shoebox style packaging. I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of people do reviews of this before. And just a note, I get this lid off. You can see there should be a Sideshow exclusive sticker right here, but there's not. And that really kind of irks me, because I've seen a few unboxings where it was there, a few unboxings where it wasn't. And yeah, I was really hoping that there'd be a Sideshow exclusive sticker on there, just because it's my first figure. And this isn't an exclusive figure, it's a Toy Fair and Sideshow exclusive, so I was really hoping that it would have the sticker there to say that it's exclusive, but it doesn't. But oh well, the figure's just still fucking awesome anyways. But yeah, that's one of my first negatives right there, that it doesn't have that sticker. As you see, it's got a little inlay right here that shows you a picture of the actual figure. And, has a little read-up right here. Let me zoom in on that. I mean, if you've seen the movie, you pretty much know what that is, but, if you haven't, go ahead and pause. Alright, set that to the side, very gently. And inside, you can see the hollowed-out remains of where Captain America used to be. He's over right here off camera. But the accessories that are left in here, well, that kind of fell out. You can see where his Tommy gun is, or the shell used to be. God, this is so big, I need to get a better review station for this. You see he's got the pistol, which we'll take a closer look at. Tommy gun, which we'll take a closer look at. His shield, the the actual script from the scene in the movie. I don't know if I actually said this or not. This is the Star Spangled Man version. It'll be in the title, but wow, that was bad. And he has a bunch of interchangeable hands, two of which in here, these fists were on him. These two fists right here. I actually have the hands that went in those on him right now. And came with a belt, an ammo belt up under there, and another belt which has pockets in the holster and stuff like that on. Really awesome. And now for the main event. Yep, stand. That's the main event right there. But I have to talk about this because nobody ever really shows these stands in detail. They either say, "Oh yeah, great, the stand. I always wanted the stand," or "Oh, that's just a generic hot toy stand. I don't need to talk about that." Nobody I've ever seen has really talked about these stands, and these stands are awesome. I always thought that they were just cheap little stands because, again, the Sideshow figures over there, they're hollow on the bottom. However, this is a full solid piece. I mean, it's hollow in the middle, but it's got a nice solid bottom. And you see it says Marvel 2018 Hot Toys Limited, and it feels really solid. It's not like you can actually crush this one like those sideshow ones over there. I'd be scared like your steel thunder would crush it. But this feels like you could hold it as long as you don't put your full weight on it. And you see it says Captain America Star Spangled Man version on it. Just so you know, that stands part does pop off. And just like the sideshow ones, you can remove this. But the sideshow ones, they actually have a waist clamp. So it clamps around the waist. This has a crotch grabber. So you just basically just sit the figure on top of this, and it works really nicely. And hopefully I put that in back the right way. Yeah, I think. Yeah, okay, good. And now for the main event. Wow! And oh man, this thing is so awesome. I mean, a lot of people just give this figure shit. And when I first saw it, I just kind of thought, ugh, I like what they're doing with the whole homage to the original costume, but you know, I didn't like the head sculpt. I didn't like the short shorts on here, which we'll show here in a minute. But I don't mind him at all. Looking at this figure in hand, I just want to say in person that, oh, you know, at least on my screen, the blue is coming off as a purple, but it's actually a really, really dark navy blue. And a bunch of reviews, because people have some really high-powered halogen lamps or stuff like that, it comes off as a really light blue, and that just doesn't look that great. And it comes off lighter in the pictures and sideshow as well. This looks really awesome in person. I mean, just when you see it with your own eyes, it's just something magical about it. I really like it. Now I'll go ahead and move his arm down like that, and you can see it's pretty much very accurate to the scene where, you know, it pretty much is 100% accurate to the USO tour that he was doing and the films that he did to promote the war bonds and stuff like that. And then comes with the Tommy gun that he was shooting during that. Oh, here, I'll take that off right now. And as you can see, it's just this, focus. Just an awesome Tommy gun with a drum clip. But what's even better, the sides flip up. It cocks back. And you can remove the clip and you can see multiple bullets inside there, inside the magazine. So that is just awesome. Go ahead and slide that back in there. And yeah, that looks so cool. Go ahead and focus back on that. Go ahead and fit that back in his hand. Actually, this is a little tricky because you gotta kind of slide the finger in this way and then slide it down. But hey, it works. And I think one of the coolest features about this is the shield. Now you have to assemble this yourself, but let me go ahead and swirl it out like that and bring it up to the camera. As you can see, just like in the scene when he was doing the USO tours where he was singing, you know, the song that I played at the very beginning, he had the script taped to the back of his shield, and far as I know, this is pretty much screen accurate, except for this middle page. God, what's his name? McMaster. I'm drawing a blank, sorry. Found it, John Carlos McMaster. Here we go. Just, that is his account name right there. Wow, that's really blowing me. He looks like Psy. But yeah, he's the one that convinced me to get this figure, and wow, that's just a big shout out to him. I like watching his 1/6 reviews and everything like that. But I really love just all the detail that they put in this. I mean, let me zoom in on this. You can actually read this. You can read that. That is so crazy. So much detail into this. And something that John Carlos pointed out as well is that this should be a lot more reflective in the movie because it was made out of like brass. And this is just, you know, like a painted plastic. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, it's really, really matte. It's not reflective whatsoever. And that sucks because it was like a very polished brass in the movie. But no big issue. And a few of his extra hands are just like fists and stuff like that. not gonna swap those in and out. There are other reviews for that, and like I don't feel like pulling that out because I'm not gonna get a lot of views for this. But this is just, oh man, this is so fantastic. And I want to say right now the articulation is very stiff, and that's good and also bad because it's got me worried that I'm gonna break it. And I know I'm probably not. Ooh. Also, look at that, his wrist pick showing right there. God, I'm so excited that this is my first Hot Toys figure. And it lives up to the hype. God, it's so cool. This is a figure that a lot of people shit on, too. But his shoulder joint right here. Very stiff. Very stiff. So, it holds itself in place, but when you're trying to move it, it's a bit of a bitch. And trying to get it down. There we go. And something that does suck about this figure, that's as far out as the shoulders will go. And I went and watched a couple of reviews off the bottom and stuff like that. Another video that helped me decide whether or not I want to get this. And that's as far as it'll go out on theirs as well. And I thought maybe like, it's just like a joint, like I can push it out. Because I saw one review where the guy said the arm wouldn't go out at all. But as you can see, he didn't want to pop it off. Or not pop it off, and just like risk breaking it because the Amazing Spider-Man 1 would break just like doing that. So, the pistol. All right, this is one cool thing about his belt. Move this in, move that out of the way. His belt, they won't stand. His belt has a bunch of little pockets and doodads and everything on it. See, here's his holster. He takes the actual pistol out of the holster. First of all, the holster actually has the US symbol on it. Oh, focus. Focus. There we go. And take the pistol out of the holster. Set your down cap. And here's the actual 1911. And unfortunately, it doesn't cock back. Like there are some actual pistols that will cock back. One second. Alright, this is the pistol from my Fox Mulder from 2005 Sideshow. Sorry, 2004, from Sideshow. And as you can see, it does cock back. And it slides forward. There's no spring in there, but it does slide. And get the clip out. Come on now. The clip does remove, and it's a little weird yellow colored on the camera. Looks nice in person, but on camera it looks funky. Slides back in, and now this is the Hot Toys from 2013. Doesn't cock whatsoever. That sucks. And the actual clip does come out, and the bullet is a lot more nicely sculpted than the Sideshow one, that's for sure. But there is a 10-year difference almost in these guns, and it's a shame that they couldn't make this 1911 slide back. Surely to God, Hot Toys has a actual functioning 1911 that they could have put in here. I mean, seriously. But, the clip does slide back in there, and when it it doesn't go in all the way. As you can see, it's just kind of hitting, oh no, focus. It's just kind of poking out right there, and that shouldn't be like that. It should be fitting flush in there, And every review I've seen of this, nobody has talked about that. And that's just it's a bit of a bummer that nobody actually pointed that out. But, moving back to his belt, you see that's where the pistol went, right there. I'll do a refocus. And go ahead and put that back in the holster. Now here's something that almost no one even talks about. Only one person did it in a review that I've seen, and they didn't even know what the hell this thing was. I mean, it's pretty obvious once you get it out, but okay. Had to be careful with that button because it's barely sewed in there. But it does open. Most people say, oh, it's sewed shut, it won't open. No, it does open. It does open. And you can slide out an actual World War II folding shovel. And what's even better is, it's die-cast metal. This is a neat feature that nobody ever talks about. But it's here on this figure, and I'm thinking it adds a lot of value because, it's actual die-cast metal. It's just, a neat little accessory. I mean, they didn't have to include this. They could have just been sewed shut and just had the stick sticking out, which a lot of people thought they did. But the fact that this accessory comes out, it's this detailed. I mean, it looks like they've been using it and everything. It's got worn, it's weathered, really nice. And the fact that it folds up really awesomely, and it's a real metal shovel. I mean, that is attention to detail right there that they didn't have to do. A lot of people haven't really appreciated, and I'm glad that they did, because that just adds so much value to the figure. And now trying to get this class back together is a bitch. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll do it after I start filming, so I don't waste your time anymore. But, ooh, that didn't sound good. Oh, it was just the gun rattling. Okay. Get the shield out of the way. And this front pocket right here actually has Velcro on it. Nobody's opened that pocket that I've seen whatsoever. Can't really put anything in there, but it's designed for ammo, it looks like. So, it's just nice that they added the Velcro there. Like I said, they didn't have to. And it's not really practical, you can't put anything in it. But, still nice that they put it there. Now we're going to get into a few negatives. And this is just, about the figure in general. These negatives could be applied to all Hot Toys. I don't know, this is my first one. So, I'm just going to say what I hate about the figure. Or not really hate, just what I dislike about it. And then, yeah. And then we'll, just give it a recommend or not recommend or whatsoever. So, first off, the big disappointment. Head sculpt. Actually, the face is nice. But where it's not so nice is the articulation. This is about all you can do with the figure. Try to look up, pops back down. Look up, pops down. Can't really turn it too far, otherwise it starts getting pressure on it. You can feel it pressurized. And that's because this sculpted back right here. And it's not a cloth material, it's just a rubber. And that really sucks, because it's cloth in the film. And, this is a movie masterpiece series. Why can't they just made it out of the same kind of material here, like the Spider-Man masks, That'd been nice. And, like I said, the other gripe is that's as far out as the shoulder will go. That is bullshit. And believe it or not, the knees. I'm going to talk about the knees. They are weak. Weak. Watch this. Look at that. I didn't do anything. You just do a little nudge. They just fall over really fast. That was the first thing I noticed when I got the figure out of the package, that these knees have no kind of traction on them whatsoever. They just kind of whoop. So, you're gonna, unless you have them standing straight up, you're really gonna need this stand, because there's no kind of articulation in the feet whatsoever, on the toes. So it's just a swivel. That's about it. And, of course, the nitpick about the gun. And, the last nitpick is the fact that my box didn't actually have the logo on it. But, hey, that's no biggie. Now, question is, am I satisfied enough with this figure to start collecting more Hot Toys? Do I recommend this as your first Hot Toys? No, I don't recommend this as your first one, because this is for hardcore Captain America fans, of which I am. I am a big Captain America fan, and just, having the original suit in this form right here, I think it's a great way for me to start out my collection, because it's the only one I could afford at the time, because the Strike suit's not out, the Avengers one's hard to come by, and the other ones are hard to come by, so this is the only one I could afford at the time, and I thought it'd be great to start off the collection with, the actual start. So, for me, I think it was the perfect first one. Now, unless you're a diehard Captain America fan like me, I don't know. But I will say that there are enough, there's enough detail in this, and enough accessories to say, you're getting your money's worth here. But I do have to say, the head articulation, the limit here, and just the weak knees, that's a bit of a bummer. So, it's going to be a very, very light recommend, but it's going to be a recommend. I mean, it's a Hot Toys, it's not like it's going to be complete shit. But this is just really awesome. I'm really surprised with how detailed this thing is. And just, I love the fact that you get the script here on that. That is just so cool. A lot of people, they don't want to fuss with that, which, they're just planning on reselling it eventually. For me, I want to keep this. I really want to keep this. So, I spent almost $200 on this damn thing. I want to keep it. And, yeah, this is just really, really awesome. Like I said, it picks the head. I was like, I don't even mind the short shorts here. I'm like, you barely can see them, but you see he's got short shorts on over this. And you can't really see them because they kind of blend in with the shadows. And I just kind of cover it up with a shield anyways. And the actual belt is covered up by this belt, so you don't really see it, and it's not that big of an issue. So it's like, that was my biggest complaint about seeing it online. You're just like, ooh, the short shorts, that looks kind of funky. In person, I don't care. Dude, I don't even see them at all, honestly. And like I said, the biggest was his head. But light recommend. This has went on way too long, but I had a lot to say about this because this is my first Hot Toys figure, and I wanted to go in depth as I could, in my own style. So yeah, just that zipper is screen accurate, just so you know. But yeah, this is so awesome. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I don't know how you could with me rambling as much as I did, but if you did, give it a like, drop me a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Fuck, just as I was finishing the video and about to upload it, this had to happen. Focus. Damn rail on the fucking clip broke.